On April 10, 2026, a small capsule punched through Earth's atmosphere at 25,000 miles per hour. Inside, 4 people. They had just done something no human being had done since 1972. They had gone to the moon. Not in a dream, not in a simulation, not in a movie. They went, and they came back. This is the story of Artemis II. Before any of this could happen, there were years of engineering, training, and asking one brutal question again and again: is it safe enough to put a human being inside? NASA's Space Launch System, the most powerful rocket ever built, had already proven itself in 2022, when Artemis I sent an empty Orion capsule around the moon and home. A perfect rehearsal. But Artemis II was different. This time, there were names. Reed Wiseman, commander, Navy test pilot, a father of 2 daughters, a man who once said he wasn't religious, until he asked for a chaplain after returning. Victor Glover, pilot, Navy commander, the first person of color to travel beyond Earth's orbit. Christina Koch, mission specialist, record holder for the longest space flight by a woman, the first woman to journey to the moon. Jeremy Hansen, mission specialist, Canada's first deep space astronaut. His first mission, and it was to the moon.
For nearly 3 years, these 4 trained together. Simulations, emergency drills, every possible failure scenario. Their spacecraft, named Integrity, was checked again and again. One issue remained: the Orion heat shield. After Artemis I, flaws were found in its material. Engineers debated, experts questioned. But in January 2026, NASA cleared the mission. The countdown began. April 1st, 2026, Kennedy Space Center, Launch Pad 39B, evening light. The rocket stood 322 feet tall, glowing gold in the setting sun. The crew walked out in orange suits, calm, focused. Then, ignition. The RS-25 engines fired, then the boosters. 8.8 million pounds of thrust. The ground shook, and the rocket rose, slowly at first, then faster, tearing through the sky in a pillar of fire. In under 9 minutes, Orion reached orbit. Systems check, all green. Then came the translunar injection burn. And just like that, 4 humans began leaving Earth behind, leaving everything they had ever known, heading toward the moon.
Day 2, deep space. Orion fired again, placing them on a free return trajectory around the moon. No landing, no moonwalk, but something no human had ever experienced. By day 5, as they approached the moon, everything looked different. Christina Koch stared out the window. This wasn't the moon she knew. Because this was the far side, the side never seen directly by human eyes. On day 6, Orion swept just over 4,000 miles above the surface. They saw massive craters, ancient lava plains, the vast Orion basin, and the distant Hertzsprung crater. At their farthest point, over 252,000 miles from Earth, they broke the record set by Apollo 13, the farthest any human had ever traveled. Then, something surreal happened. The sun disappeared. A solar eclipse from the far side of the moon. A glowing halo formed around the lunar disk. It lasted nearly an hour. Victor Glover said, "We just went sci-fi." And Christina Koch said something unforgettable. "I don't think humanity has evolved enough to understand what we're seeing." Then came a moment no mission plan expected. At the farthest point from Earth, Jeremy Hansen called mission control. The crew wanted to name 2 craters. The first, Integrity. The second, Carol, after Reed Wiseman's late wife, who had passed away in 2020. A nurse, a mother, a light in his life. The crew had planned this in secret. As Hansen spoke, the 4 astronauts embraced in zero gravity.
Tears floated in silence. After the flyby, they began the journey home. They called the ISS crew. They watched Earth slowly grow larger. On their final morning, they woke to music. April 10th, re-entry. At 25,000 miles per hour, the capsule hit the atmosphere. Plasma burned around it. Temperatures reached 3,000 degrees. Communications went silent. 6 long minutes. Then, a voice. "Houston, integrity, splashdown." The parachutes deployed. The heat shield held. They landed safely in the ocean. Hours later, all 4 walked out on their own, smiling, changed. The next day, they returned home. Families waiting. Lives changed forever. Artemis II is complete. Artemis III is next. And for the first time in over 50 years, humanity is going back to the moon. Not just to visit, but to stay. That's Artemis. That's what we're capable of when we decide to go. For more such factual videos, subscribe to Maddie Speaks channel.